Wow, welcome. Hi, Katie. Glad you're here. I heard you joining us.
Hi.
So this is your weekly communications check-in. Let's just do intentions and distractions. My intentions for the call are to go through the board and hack through any issues. I feel that there's so much on there, but I don't have anything else that I added to the agenda. I'm not distracted anymore. I'll pass it to Ashley.
Yeah, my intentions for the call kind of sync up, maybe talk about the Meet the Makers thing that's happening in a week, and also maybe just get some feedback on an issue that I have about an email. And that's really my distractions, is just I'm trying to figure out a bunch of email stuff in autopilot right now. And I will pass it to Ahmad.
Hey, thanks, Ashley. So my intentions are to just sync with the team. And I wanted to discuss the newsletter. And my distractions, I don't really have any. I was just at an event. So I just met like a ton of people. So I want to decompress kind of. But besides that, all good. And I just came in, so I don't know who went. I guess I'll pass it to Anne if you didn't go.
Hi. No distractions right now. My intention for this call is to just get synced. And I will pass it to Suga.
Thanks. Yeah, it's Suga. I'm here to sync. I'm here to join the party. I'm happy to see some familiar faces and some new faces. I've been away for a while, so I'm back now. And my distractions include having just had dinner and like end of the day stuff in my time zone. So there's kind of like kids and cats running around and various odds and ends. But I'm here. I'm with you. Back to you, Lauren.
Nice. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Katie. Katie is, she was contributing before in the TC. She's an awesome writer. She's super smart, great vibes, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, cool. So I think that, Meet the Makers and the newsletter are both on the board for sure, but maybe we could just start by talking about those things since they're like things that are top of the list pressing. Ashley, do you want to take it away from Meet the Makers?
Yeah, I guess the main thing is we really need to start publicizing this. We have the date and time, and so we need to start shilling so that we can get some people there to learn about the projects. Ada and Angie are coming to my house today. We're gonna kind of run through like I don't want to call it like a dress rehearsal because it's not necessarily, but just kind of like make sure everything's set up in AirMeet. They know how to get in. We can like practice how I get them up on the stage and like those kind of things that I've never done in AirMeet before. So just kind of go through those kind of skills so that I'm not fumbling on the day of. Is Forrest not here? Okay.
She was, and then she left.
Okay. Well, she's done a lot of the communications like with the projects themselves. I guess she's lined up 9 projects, so it looks like everybody's going to have about 5 minutes to talk. That will make it a 45-minute, or actually I think even longer. Let's see, 9 people, 10 minutes, 90 minutes. Like a 45-minute session of listening to the projects, and then, whether it's the last 15 minutes or if people even wanted to hang out longer, I think they could, but I think that's a good amount of time to listen to a bunch of projects. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think, and if you give them all 5 minutes, it will take longer. So it'll be an hour.
Yeah. Yeah,
between
like going in between and introducing and all that stuff. So I think that's a good amount of time. And I'm pretty sure Forrest put in the event, an hour and a half. So for the total event.
Okay.
So that's there. So just kind of like putting the last polishing details on that kind of stuff and then shilling. So I don't know if we probably want to do a Twitter, like a Discord announcement, maybe even, I don't know if like direct Discord server shilling is good for this case, or I know she was working on like a Medium post, so I'm not sure if that's done yet. But yeah, maybe if she hops back in, we can touch back on it and just get her updates.
Yeah. Okay. Man, it's a shame that she's not here now. Did you put it already on the calendar, the Giveth calendar?
I think she did. I'm not sure. I got the invite. I'll check the calendar and make sure that it's on the Giveth calendar. I think maybe she just
Okay.
made it on her personal calendar, so I don't know. I'll go through
Well,
and
I'm
kind of
happy
review what
to.
she's done and make sure that it's all aligned.
It's supposed to be on Tuesday, eh? Like the 1st?
Yeah, it's on the 1st.
Okay. So we should really share about this like as soon as possible. But I would like I can share it on Twitter, but it would be awesome if like Forrest or someone who's like actually dealing with the projects could like write a tweet thread or like a little bit of like about each project. I
That's
can write
what they
like
actually asked me to do that, so I'm working on that right now.
Oh,
Before I was
nice.
asked to- yeah, so I got that covered.
Is there an issue for that already?
No, I'm going to create one because she literally asked me like not that long ago.
Okay. Nice. That's awesome, man. Oh, I just got lost. Oh yeah, it's the sunglasses emoji. Hey Forrest. We were talking about the Meet the Makers call. And Ashley was just giving us the rundown. We're talking about things that we need to do to prep. Did you put it already on the Giveth calendar? Oh, maybe she can hear me. Can you hear us, Forrest? Okay. Cool. So I don't know. I think that, I mean, since it's super soon, we should like tweet about it. Like I would probably tweet about it tomorrow because Friday's like more of a quiet day, and then like follow up again like on Monday. And like if we're gonna publish a Medium post too, like I mean, I would say like we should QA it by today and maybe tweet it as well tomorrow. You know.
Yeah,
To give it like a couple of days.
If you can hear us, can you put a link to the Medium post draft or make it issue? I didn't see an issue for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I don't know about Forrest, but it sounds like, okay, if Anne's working on the tweet, I mean, if we don't have the Medium post by like the end of the week this week, I mean, I don't know. We could publish it on Monday. Like we could. I just don't think that it would be like, I don't think it gives like a ton of time for sharing, but I guess we can just like follow up async since she's the tipping point here. Maybe let's move on to talking about the newsletter. Ahmad, would you like to take that on?
Yeah, so I guess like I think we should send it either at the end of this month, so probably by the 31st on Monday, so we can get it out in January. I just wanted to ask like the group like a few things. Number one is what do you think would be a good name for it? I mean, we could just call it Giveth Community Newsletter, but we could think of something more creative. So I was wondering if anyone has any thoughts on that, or I mean, we can brainstorm together later.
Give news.
Give news? Okay, that could work.
I think that's cute. I mean, first thing that came to mind. Does anyone have any ideas?
That's a good one. Give news. I like it.
I like Give News.
Great.
Yeah. You're really creative. That was fast.
I just put give in front of everything I say these days.
Or even give. Let's see. I'm looking for a play on words, like give the news, but the would be backwards, like giveth news.
Ooh,
I don't know.
give.
Give news. I like keep it simple.
I like Give News.
I like give news too.
All right.
I think I like the Giveth dyslexia. That's fun too, but it's like you don't get it right away.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
And then like the next thing was just what audience we should send it to. So if you go on Autopilot, there's basically there's a newsletter subscription list which has 199 people, but then there's other lists too. Like there's the donor list, there's the project list, there's segment contacts, which is like 832 people. So I was wondering, should we send to those other lists too? Or should we maybe have them be able to opt in if they want to? So how I've seen other people do it is they would send them like the first, sort of like an onboarding one where they say, we're starting this newsletter. If you want to stay subscribed, then click here. For example.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we could blast it out to our whole email list, but then just have the little thing at the top, like, this is our newsletter. If you want to unsubscribe, click here, and just make it easy so that people could. But I would love it if then they only unsubscribe, like their email isn't removed, but they only unsubscribe from that particular email.
Yeah, of course. So we'll have to set that up.
But if it's going to delete their emails from what we have, then I would maybe just send it to the 199 people, because we do have this get the latest updates, subscribe to our newsletter. Like, we've had this here forever.
I think it's on the homepage, right?
It is. It's on the homepage, just if you scroll down.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see.
Do we know where that goes to? Like, when they put their email address in there?
I don't know. We can ask Mateo.
Yeah, because I don't see... I'm looking at Autopilot right... Oh, I see it. Newsletter subscription. Okay, we have a list already of people who have subscribed. There's not a whole lot of people on here, but I think maybe instead of... We could always just send an email out saying, hey, we started our newsletter. If you'd like to subscribe, click here or something, instead of automatically subscribing them. That way, if they unsubscribe, they won't be taken off of all of the lists. That's something I've been looking into in Autopilot, and I'll put a little more attention to it on how we can allow people to unsubscribe from certain emails, but not others.
Yeah, I'll have to test that out with you.
This was also part of the HubSpot thing, right? So I think that's something we can do in HubSpot is contact management and... No,
HubSpot, you can do it for sure. I've been doing that in HubSpot for a while. You can have, they're called segment types or segment lists. And you could have different variations of lists, and then people can unsubscribe just to one list. So that definitely is possible in HubSpot, but I don't know if Autopilot lets you do that.
I think it's also possible in Autopilot. I was kind of talking with some people, I was talking with Griff a little bit, and he was saying that they use HubSpot in the TEC or in Common Stack, one of the two, and they run into the same problems, the same problems that we're having with Autopilot with people with multiple projects we would also run into with HubSpot. So I think we need to research a little bit more before we transfer everything over just to be running into the same issues, But yeah,
I agree.
I think if we can just figure out Autopilot a little bit better and get it set up well, then we can continue to use the same system that we already have instead of porting it all over. But if we find good evidence that it's worth porting all of our stuff over, then we can do it at that time. But right now, Autopilot's already hooked up to segment events, and we have all this stuff set up, so it would be a lot of overhead to switch over. So we want to make sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's a couple of other things. So I guess since we're going to go with Give News, who would be the best person to help with the graphic, like a header image?
Oh, you can ask in the design channel, and Marco will assign either Rodri or Katarina.
Okay.
But both of them are good, and both of them are doing that. So.
Yeah, and they appreciate if you make an issue and then post it with your comment in the Discord, so then they can follow up there in GitHub. So if you just make an issue for it and then put it in the design channel, let them know what you want, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So make the issue and Giveth planning.
Giveth planning. Okay, cool. And then my other question is, I would want to show it to some of you to get your feedback. So I'll try to send something in the next day or two. So who would want to get a sample of the newsletter to give feedback on it?
Well, the best thing to do is to put it in the GitHub issue and then like tag people.
Okay.
So put it in the GitHub issue, and I would tag. You could tag all the people in the call here. Tag Katie. Katie's a great copy editor, and definitely
Okay.
tag me as well too. Since it's our
Okay.
first one, I'd definitely like to have
For sure.
I'd give feedback on it, and then I don't know. Our like informal process is usually when someone like sees it and they're reviewing, they'll like react with an eyes emoji, and
Okay.
and we generally want like 2 people to review everything, like blog posts and newsletters, things like this. Like 2 people from comms to review it before it goes out. That's like our process.
Makes sense. That's it for me.
Katie, are you in our GitHub?
No, I mean, I literally talked to Griff yesterday, so I mean, I guess I wouldn't be in the Giveth because it's not. Yeah, no, I guess it's
No,
sort of.
it's send me your GitHub handle in a DM,
Okay.
and I'll add you to our Giveth GitHub.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Awesome. So maybe I would also love it if we could post the newsletter somewhere. Like maybe we post it in a separate section in our docs. I actually think that would be pretty easy because right now we do have a section for blogs, but then we have like a archive of all the newsletters. So it's like when we send out this like, hey, do you want to subscribe to our newsletter? We could be like, you can review them here, and then have them like click and redirect, and then it's like a public place where anyone could see the newsletter content. That'd be really cool.
I'll look into that.
You can ask Mitch about adding a new section. I mean, he's the king of doing that. And yeah, I don't think it will be too hard to do. Welcome, Durgadas. Welcome, Reed. Okay, cool. So I guess is there anything else on the newsletter? No, great. Let's move
That's
to
pretty
the
much
board.
it.
Hey,
Awesome.
Lauren,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I was having some weird sound issues earlier. I'm on my phone now, so I can hear you guys. I was just hoping we could go back to Meet the Makers for a quick sec because I want to give a little update.
Yeah. Yes, please.
So I updated it in the notes. We actually have 10 projects now, and I'm just wondering what you guys think. I did make a schedule, and I did make the timing work with having so many projects, but it's like everything is timed to the minute. So if anyone were to be like late or going overboard on their time, I don't think that we would get to all the projects in 90 minutes. So I just wonder what you guys think about splitting this into 2 separate events and doing like 5 and 5. Because I did fit time in with the schedule for us to have some moments to talk about, the Give Economy and Give Backs program and stuff. But it's just pretty tight since we got so much response.
I'm okay with doing 2. I think though that like it would be really, I mean, the first one will be able to learn a lot about like what kind of participation we get, and I do feel also like we're kind of down to the wire with timing, in terms of like I don't know getting anything set up. Like I mean I know it's like kind of mostly set up, but like we didn't share it with anybody yet, so I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah, I have like the Medium article almost done, and Anne is working on tweets right now. But yeah, I agree. Like, it would be my preference to push it back a little bit so that we have more time to shill. But I also like maybe things move quickly, and like once we post things, it only requires a few days. Like maybe we don't need it to be so much advance notice for something like this. What do you guys think?
I'm not attached to the date. I mean, we've talked about it, but we haven't publicly communicated it, so we could essentially push it back if we feel the need. I do have some like friction just around trying to fit all 10 projects in that amount of time, because I think like in between we're going to be there's going to be somebody probably like announcing, okay, this is this person, you know, there's going to be kind of some facilitation. We're going to be talking about things and people are going to go over. It's inevitable. So you have the schedule. I'm sorry, I haven't looked at it yet, but it has 5 minutes each.
Yeah, basically what I did was I gave, let me pull it up. So basically I have it scheduled where the first 15 minutes is like welcome, what is Giveth, give economy, and just a general introduction. I mean, we could use less time for that, but I put 15 minutes. And then I have the projects where I will give or someone will give a 1 minute introduction, and then the project has 5 minutes. So each project has been allotted 6 minutes, 1 minute intro and 5 minute presentation. And then I scheduled it where there would be like 3 projects that would go back to back, and then we have like a few minutes for talking about givebacks, and then another group of like 3 projects, and then like 2 minutes for hype and vibes. So it's kind of broken up a little bit, but it is, I wasn't expecting to get so like literally everyone responded that they were available and interested, which I wasn't anticipating. And we had like a few more applications come in over the past few days, so that was something also.
Yeah, I think having 10 projects is really a lot for like an hour and a half. I mean, it's sort of doable, but yeah, it seems really like crowded and challenging to. I mean, there's going to be also like technical things of like, bring the people onto the stage, and like none of us are that familiar with AirMeet, and then it also maybe would be nice to have a little bit of time for people to ask questions to the projects if they wanted to. But maybe that can be done in the chat. But like, it's kind of nice. Like, we have a few different projects present. We talk about like the Givebacks program, and then some Q&A time. I think maybe we want to, like, I'm down. If you guys want, we could push the date for. We could do like mid next week. We have the One Hive trivia as well next week. But we could also do we could do 2 events, like Tuesday and Thursday of the following week, and then take next week to finish the Medium article and get the schedule a little bit more clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. I would either like add 30 minutes and make it a 2-hour event and have everyone together, or break it up into 2 separate events. I think either way, that would be good.
I think 2 hours for a call is really challenging, and would be hard to get more participation. And then we could, if you have this Medium article, you could make sure that you say on this date, we're going to talk about these projects. On this date, we're going to talk about those projects. Then we have sometime next week to chill on Twitter and push the Medium article out. And then we have a reminder early the following week,
Totally. And should I maybe organize them where on one day it's projects of certain kind of category, and the other day different kind of category, and then maybe that would give us some data to see this one was way more attended.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Also, if we break it up into 2 events, we can plan the dates for both events, and when we shill and communicate, we can shill for both events at the same time. So split the projects up in half, schedule the dates with them for 2 different events, and then we can make the blog post for this week, and you can make the blog post at the same time under the same format, and then we'll just publish it later. Does that make sense?
So not necessarily doing them in the same week, but doing it in the same format.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd want to do 2 Meet the Makers in the same week.
Yeah, I think that's best. I agree. Even putting them 2 weeks apart from each other or something.
Or even
following a similar.
If we did it monthly, so we have it, whatever day we choose in February, we also choose in March, and then we just schedule with the people for that date.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I think so. I think so too. So maybe Ashley and Forrest, if you guys want to figure out like when the best dates are, and then like put them in the call. I think it would be good to have one. So if not next week, then the following week, like early in the week. Then we have next week to blast everything and chill.
Yeah, I think Tuesday is a good day during the week. Like, we don't have a lot of Giveth calls. It's still early, it's not Monday, so it's not first thing in the week, but it's early enough in the week that people will plan for it and get involved and have energy. It won't be like Friday where it's really, people. I think it's best.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday seems like a good day, weekday anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I will plan for, maybe we can just say it's like, well, we're missing the first Tuesday, but maybe it's like always second or third Tuesdays of the month or something like that. And so it's just like a regularly scheduled thing. And I will follow up with the projects and see, and I'll look through and see like, okay, what are trending categories within the ones that have already applied, and try to split it up that way.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for y'all's feedback on that. That's
nice. Okay, cool. Let's we have a bunch more things to cover, so I'm gonna move on for this. But thanks, Ashley and Forrest. I guess Forrest is gone. Man, she has trouble with the internet. Thanks, Forrest. Okay, cool. So the One Hive trivia is coming up as well on next Friday. I think T Wells is gonna put the forum post up, or the gardens proposal up to start requesting funds, but then we just need to make like a list of questions. I would love to put some input in this, but this is also like if somebody wants to take a crack at like a new issue, it might be something fun. I don't know, Katie, is this something that you'd be interested in doing? Are you looking to pick up issues today?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
You don't have to. I mean, I was like planning on doing it, but you could take it off of my plate and we could work on it a little bit together. It's basically, I don't know if you know the One Hive trivias, but they have these like once weekly things where they like feature an org, and they're going to feature Giveth, and then there's like a bunch of questions. I put the questions that were like from the one for Shapeshift and I think the one for Gitcoin. You can see like the types of questions there are, and then they're like multiple choice things. So,
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you want to take like a first stab at that, it would be cool. Or if not, just like we can coordinate, and I'm gonna work on it.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Okay. I don't know if these things are done. Okay, so is this done? The project approve email. We were gonna cut the Twitter link out of it, and then so. Ashley, can I?
Yeah,
is this done? Can I close it?
I think we decided to just cut that from scope. So go ahead and close that one. Yeah.
Oh yes, I love closing issues. Cool. Make a system for tags and media. Let's talk about that if we have time. Add the GiveStream history table to the GiveStream docs. Oh no, I didn't do that. Emails to donors of verified projects and givebacks round 1. That's done,
Yeah,
right?
done.
We've already. Do you, and then with like a system for like making this like a little bit easier in the future? Do we need another issue for that? Or did you like?
Maybe the thing is like, I brought it up in the fraud call. It's gonna be like a manual process. There's no way that I can tell to automate this at this moment, because even if I took all the emails of the verified donors, like if some of them got their donations removed because of recirculation, then they would still get an email saying they had givebacks to claim. So I would have to still manually go in and remove the emails attached to the removed donations. And I'm still working on it. If I find like a path that I see, I'll make an issue for it and we can start working towards it. But at this point, I don't even see a way to automate that.
Okay. So we'll just leave it. I mean, I won't make an issue for it because it just sounds like, it's an issue.
Yeah.
And Oh no.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. I think eventually, like I said, I plan to do a bunch of autopilot research and like revamping, but with all the givebacks and fraud review and everything that's been going on and stuff, I just haven't really dove into it yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So we've got a ton of issues for the video mini course. And did you make an epic for this? Yeah, nice. Thanks, Ahmad. But let's leave that for later because we have a separate call for that. I just want to see if there's any other issues that are NFTs for givers and community members. Cool. So Marco and Katarina are working on that. Just like FYI, Pavle and Pavle created a group because he's really interested in like just the fun things we could do with NFTs. And there is that post that Ashley made about using NFTs for like a curation mechanism. But so Pavle created a group and he's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could like give NFTs to like the top donors per give background? So if NFTs and like thinking about ways that we could use them to encourage more donations is appealing to you, let me know and I can add you to that group.
I want to be in the group.
Okay. Put you in the group, Ashley. Let me just do it. Okay, you're in.
I know
all right.
Another issue that I made. I think it's under new issues, and this is like the email. I don't know if you're ready for this, but we can.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
You made an issue?
There somewhere. You should see my picture on it probably. Yeah. It's
email to donors.
Yeah, this one. So I would really like maybe I'll create like I just don't know what to say. The thing is like Griff says I shouldn't say that your donation was flagged for fraud or recirculation because some of them like obviously aren't, and so they're not being like flagged, they're just being removed. So I need to create some sort of something that sounds really good and like nice and basically just like saying that your donation didn't receive give back and you can refer to this forum post for more explanation kind of thing. But I've like tried to type some things out and it all just like doesn't sound good, and I don't want to be like you're a fraud, you're committing fraud because maybe they're not, maybe it's just a mistake that happened on Trace, or that we've had some cases like that where their donation was removed but they weren't like they weren't frauding us.
Yeah, totally. I can write something for this, or I could try to write something and just like ask you questions. I think it's just saying something along the lines of like your donation. Oh, you're an amazing donor, but your donation wasn't eligible for givebacks. It could be because of one of these reasons. If you want to learn more, check out our documentation.
Yeah, something like that. And like if you could just write something out, I can also kind of like put more bells and whistles on it or something like that. But I can't come up with like the main point in a way that sounds good.
Okay, I got this. Oh, I tried to move it, but I got this. All right, cool. Add to covenant. Okay, I just wrote that now. We have to update our covenant to add the terms and conditions for making proposal and challenge deposits. But I'm going to wait on Ivy from the TC who's doing it. Anyway, not very interesting. Meet the maker's tweet. Cool. So I think Anne is on that one. And then just add you, Anne. Great. Okay, for our Medium post, verified projects. Round 4 tweet thread. Hey, Anne, I just wanted to ask you if you have still the bandwidth to do these tweet threads. I know you're going to be focusing more on common stack case study stuff, but I would love if you could keep doing the tweet threads.
Yeah, sure. Like they don't take that much time. I still don't know what the case studies entail, but I will know next week. So I'll let you know, like, for sure.
Okay, sounds good. The verified round 4 doesn't start until 7th February 7th, so you still would have like, over a week to even start writing it if you wanted to. But
Yeah, no worries. Yep, that's cool.
Cool. Naming the Giveth multiverse. I wanted to bring this up in this call because I just would love it if we could come up with a name for it right now. So I don't know if you guys have seen the stream as a service idea. So it's like adding different projects to our Give farm and then offering like the Give stream as a service. So it's like they have like liquidity mining incentives, and the rewards are being streamed to them, and they get some rewards in Give that's part streamed, and some rewards in like Fox that's part streamed, depending on like which DAO is like getting into the Give farm. And so we were talking about calling it Give Friends or Giveth Multiverse or something. But like basically the concept and like the main key concepts to bring in are that we want to we're making like DAO partnerships using the Give stream and like supporting other communities' tokens that are like within the blockchain for good ecosystem. So they are our friends. But there are lots of projects that are our friends, so maybe we don't want to like just call them friends because like there are many things that are friends. Anyway, ideas. Does anyone have any ideas on what to call this?
Yeah,
or any questions?
I really don't like the Give Friends thing because I feel like it's very exclusive. But I kind of do like the multiverse thing because it plays off the Giveverse, but it's multiverse. I was also kind of thinking of like, when two flowing bodies of water come together to make a bigger stream, it's like called confluence, but that just doesn't really like roll off the tongue. So I don't know, I was kind of like playing around with those ideas, but I actually kind of like the multiverse thing.
I like it too, actually, because it's like multiple. I like it too, come to think of it, because the Give stream, it's like the expanding Giveverse, and then like there's multiple communities in the Giveverse, and then they have their little verses, their universes that are also expanding. Giveth multiverse. Any other ideas? We're going with it. All right. Okay. We need to change XDAI to Gnosis chain in our documentation everywhere. So I think that this is like, maybe we could just like control F it, but I think we have to control F it on each doc individually.
Yeah, I can help out with that. I think that if we change it to Gnosis chain, we should still put XDAI in parentheses next to it.
I think we should say, everywhere Gnosis chain, formerly XDAI network, and put that every time.
Yeah. So I can help with like some of these docs, and it's pretty easy to go in and just control F. But yeah, I think at least for all the docs, we'd have to do it individually. I don't know the best way to track that, if we make issues for all of it or just the sections of the docs, or, maybe we do it for like the different sections and have a checklist of each doc in there and then people can check them off. Something.
I think that this is really just something, I would love it if we could just give this to one person to do, and then they can create, like, they could just go through them, like, in order. I think it would probably only take, like, an hour, 2 hours to do, like, the whole thing. But, yeah, I think if we try to break it up, it's going to be, like, way more management. Let's call it... So... we don't have to do it right away. And we could see like if there's like a new contributor coming in who wants to just like pick up an issue. This is like an easy issue and they could like add value.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like I could do it, but it's all like I have a lot of other things going on. So maybe it's a good first issue. I think if somebody new picks it up, they should create a pull request for the changes instead of committing them directly. So then maybe just like one of us can just run through and make sure that nothing has changed too drastically.
Definitely. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just leave a comment there unless like anybody in this call would be interested in doing that.
Why don't you tag me on that? I don't know if that's premature because I'm not even in there yet, but I could do that. And then it would give me a chance to kind of read over the literature.
What's your GitHub handle? Can you see that?
Good question. I think it's Daniel Suga. Daniel. Yeah, I'm
Wait.
pretty sure it's Daniel.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you breaking up. Can you say it again?
Oh, I'm in a really bad spot. Sorry. Danel. Dan E-L Suga.
Danel.
That should be it.
Nice. Cool. DM me your GitHub as well. Just, I mean, in case that's not you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's you. It looks like you. Okay. Maybe if you could just send me a DM right now and be like, hey, then I'll remember that that's what I'm supposed to do. I have to add you to your GitHub. Great. I can also help you if you have any questions on this one. Create an onboarding guide for designers. So I think Rodri and Mo are working on this, but it's in the Giveth planning board. I think we might need to maybe add this to our docs, but like let's see what comes out of it. Evergreen content for Giveth. So and explain this in the issue here. But I don't know if everybody has seen it. I'll just tell everybody right now. We're trying to create like a compilation of evergreen content. Evergreen content is basically stuff that we can like basically share at any time. So if it's like, oh, like a slow day on Twitter and we want to share something that's like still relevant or relevant for a long time, we can take one of these things from evergreen content. The other use of it is that Anne was planning on adding it to the Facebook as like different posts that are on the Facebook. So it's like, even if we're not updating our Facebook all the time, then the content there is like evergreen, like still relevant stuff. So if you have any ideas of things to add, I put a bunch of articles and some videos and the tweet thread about our history and the docs link to our history in here. But if there's anything else that you guys think of, you can totally add it to this issue. Great. Ashley, do we want to go over any of these? Did you create the community circle meeting yet, or should we go over these community issues?
We don't need to. We're meeting at 1 today, so like an hour after this call is over, we're gonna meet for like a more of a planning session, and then I'll have like probably the community call onboarding AMA type thing that we were talking about doing, and schedule that and to include some more of the like interested contributors that want to help out with like community stuff. I think that this meeting today is just more so for like planning the strategy and the goals and maybe developing like some KPIs for like measurement, kind of, not necessarily measuring success, but also just measuring like where we should direct resources and focus if there's areas that aren't meeting the goals, whatever. So that's kind of the main point of the call today, just defining the strategy and maybe defining like a little bit more of the structure of what this community onboarding call will be. But yeah, I will definitely keep you guys posted. If you want to join, let me know. You're welcome to join. Yeah, so we don't necessarily need to go over those issues at the moment.
Okay, sounds good. I'll probably join the meeting as well. That sounds great. Otherwise in here, I mean, I created some issues in the last few days about like different tools that we might want to consider using, like Mirror XYZ, which like when you post it's like when you post a blog post, it is on the blockchain and you have to like connect your wallet. Seems pretty cool. I don't really know that much about it, but I put it on here because I think it might be something we might want to consider. I mean, we're like a blockchain-based project, so it might be something we could transition to using more of instead of Medium or in addition to Medium. Yeah, and then the other one is like, there's something called like, where did I see? Jam.link. And it's like a password management system. So it's like, so that we can share access to like the LinkedIn or the Facebook and this and that without it getting like too crazy and hectic, and like we know who has access to things. And I think it's like a system for managing the password without like having just like anyone who has it be able to change the password. But this is another thing I wanted to look into. But yeah, if anyone feels like curious about investigating these things, they could take on these issues. Okay. So the Giveth Basics Contributors Guide. Also just I wanted to say to just in general, Anne was working on, she was coming on as a contributor for comms, and she started to put together some like resources. And then if Suga, if you're going to be coming on as a Giveth contributor to comms too, it's like kind of like maybe you guys could, maybe Anne could share with you what she's put together so far. And then, because what I would love to come out of like new contributors coming and getting onboarding into comms is like, then we have a doc that explains the process easier, like explains kind of like, oh, that we use the GitHub and this is our Discord and this is the Medium and like these are the people who have access and this is our process for like doing copy editing and like and quality control on our docs. So yeah, I don't know. Anne, do you have something for this so far that would be in a place that you might want to share it with Suga?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I have all my notes. I can definitely share them.
Great. Cool.
It also might not be a bad idea to look at the one that Mitch made for the development working group, because I know he did a really good job, and I know it won't be the same as comms, but it might give you just like an idea.
Is it in the docs already, Ashley?
I think so.
Contributing to Giveth development. Yeah, so it would be nice if like the end result of what Anne is working on is like something like this, but yeah, more tailored to comps. But yeah, it seems like, yeah, this is cool. Great. And then we have many issues about the Giveth mini course. Okay, cool. I think that these are all the things that we touched on. We could spend a little bit of time with a brief check-in on the video stuff, unless anyone else has anything else that is missed or that they want to talk about for comms. We solved your email question, right, Ashley? Oh, good. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. You're awesome. Okay. So, do we want to spend any time on the video mini course, or should we end early?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's better to talk about it in the meeting just because everyone would be there. I don't really have much to add at this point. I just have to assign people different sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. We didn't also talk about these, the LinkedIn and the Facebook. And do you have any updates or any questions? Or I guess like if you move to the case studies, is this something that you want to pass on as well to somebody else, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. But
Okay.
I gave it a makeover, so like the information's been updated, the graphics have been updated, and just like based on what we spoke in the previous meeting, I think like it would be good to add some videos and new photos, maybe from East Denver to the Facebook page, and then in the future, maybe it would be good to come up with some sort of like schedule on posts, like in a way where we could regurgitate content from like Twitter onto LinkedIn and Facebook and have like some sort of schedule for that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I think we could do for that. One of them is we could use something like Buffer, which is a tool that lets you basically schedule across multiple platforms at the same time. So we could use something like that, and it's free. I think they have a free plan. So like you just have to post it once, and it posts across multiple accounts. So it could be on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook at the same time. Something else that we could try is we could use Zapier, and they have an integration between Twitter and any other social media site. So automatically it could take any of our tweets and post it on LinkedIn or Facebook automatically.
I think that's awesome. We also have a Zapier account already.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Tweets onto other platforms. This is cool. I'll make an issue here so that it's something that like someone could investigate, like creating an account. We have a few of these issues. That would be awesome. I think that'd be really cool. So great. I guess and just keep us posted on like how your bandwidth changes, and like at what point maybe you want to just be like, okay, I can't do the Facebook and the LinkedIn stuff, and just like fully pass it off. And other than that, I think that's all I got. That's all I got for Giveth Comms for this week. Cool. Do we want to do since we have a few minutes, maybe we could just do like a quick round of checkouts. And I like the focus for comms for the week. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to go first. Someone else go first.
I can go first.
Oh, okay.
Regen Farm. Get multi-farm. Regenverse. Other ideas for changing the name.
Oh, you don't like Giveth Multiverse?
Giveth Multiverse? No, I don't. It's not so bad. But anyway, that's those are my thoughts.
Okay.
I'll pass it to Suga.
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh wait, what did you say?
Oh no, I didn't want to. I didn't have anything good to offer, so I didn't make any comments. But I was wondering if maybe there's a better word in, say, cosmetology cosmology. Sorry, not cosmetology. That would reflect that. But I don't have any suggestions. But I would like to maybe find some.
Yeah, cool. I'll take you on that issue too. Where was it? Giveth Multiverse, and then if you have any ideas, you can also put them in here. Suga, do you want to say also your focus for comms for the week?
Wow, that's I'm caught off guard by that. That's it's like a pop quiz. So I have to remember the things I've been assigned. Oh dear. Okay, I am control Fing a whole bunch of changing from XDie to something new. And I actually forgot the other thing.
That's great. Yeah. Just pass it.
Right. I will definitely be checking GitHub for more precise direction. And I will pass it to, so I got to get everybody's names and so on. Ahmad?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, yeah, my focus for comms this week is the newsletter, to get that out this week, and the video course.
Nice. Do you want to pass it?
Yeah, let me pass it to Forrest. And hopefully your mic is working.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I am re-coordinating some of the stuff with Meet the Makers, and I think that's my main priority this week, but also finishing up my Gravity documentation.
Nice. Maybe pass it to Anne?
And
yeah, so my focus for the week will be on doing the tweets for the Meet the Maker event, and also I'll take care of that comms onboarding guide and make sure that Suga is she gets that information.
Nice. Ashley?
Yeah, my focus this week just dive a bit deeper into autopilot, sync up with Ahmad with the newsletter thing, figure out this unsubscribe, subscribe kind of stuff, and how we can maybe like run a campaign through the email. God, I feel like there's a lot more things too. Meet the Maker stuff, yeah, and community stuff. So that's my focus for the week for comms, and I did have a question, maybe. I know that we still have you to go, but when is the meeting for the video stuff? Is that on the calendar?
Yeah, it's on Friday. So it's Friday at 9 Costa Rica time.
Okay, cool. I'll be there. And back to
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, my focus for the week is, a bunch of little things. I'm gonna support Suga with this one Hive trivia thing because maybe it's like too daunting of a task. But other than that, like all of these little things I have to do, I have to do the Golem Foundation interview and then any QA things, and I don't know, reorganize the board and therefore reorganize my head. But that's all. That's all. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. You get back now. Thank you for joining today's CommSync. It's lots of fun. You guys are all great. You may go now.
Yeah. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.